Hello, I'm Philip Duncan. Thank you for joining us. We're tracking the weather across New Zealand and also New South Wales this weekend for Bathurst. Let's kick off though with the New Zealand outlook, and we've got high pressure in charge, bringing frosty weather to Southland and Otago and a few other spots, but big frost down there. But with the high tracking in, you've actually got a fairly mild afternoon on the way. Other areas though, the cooler southerly or southeasterly is pushing through, and that is altering our temperatures for today, Thursday. So let's take a look at the departure from normal with our maximum temperatures early this afternoon and well below average in places like Christchurch, Wellington, Napier and Hastings, Gisborne, and even into Hamilton, Taupō, Whanganui, and you could also argue Tauranga. So all those areas are below average. To the north, Auckland, Whangarei, you're about where you should be at this time of the year, but you've probably noticed it is a few degrees cooler than it was yesterday. We've got a bit of snow coming as well. Don't stress too much. It's higher up, but it does give you the understanding for those of you down in Southland and Otago. These little wintry snaps, they're coming through about every 48 hours. So you're having one day that's wintry and then the next day, not so bad. That's what we're seeing off and on, and you're going to see it just coming up in our next couple of days. But up in the mountains, you know, we're talking 50, 75 centimetres of snow coming, which is quite a bit for the tops of the mountains. So that's coming through over the next 24 hours. So let's take a look at Friday, speaking of the next 24 hours. And the setup sees warm nor'westers coming back. So after your frosty start today, it won't be a frosty start tomorrow. But there could be frosts in the upper South Island. They look like they'll be light, but still, obviously this time of year, frosts are very concerning for the horticulture sector. So just be aware there might be some frost in there. And the central western inland parts of the North Island. The North Island's a bit marginal because the low offshore here is driving in showers, cloud, and a bit of a breeze. That will limit where that frost forms on Friday night. Sorry, apologies, tonight and into Friday morning. Now let's go to Friday night. And again, there might be the risk of a light frost in some parts of the North Island. Nothing too major though. So for election day, as you can see, the country is mainly dry. There will be a couple of showers just lingering here and there, nothing too major. And that low just off to the west is very, very much almost non-existent. It's about average air pressure. But an interesting map with 1, 2, 3 lows in it, all on the same line. There are also 3 highs. 1, 2, and 3, although those two have sort of merged together. So a fair bit of high pressure in the area, but the lows are a bit of a hint that La Nina is on its way. Now, Bathurst is on this weekend. It looks fairly dry coming in on Saturday, but Sunday's the day everyone cares about. And just forgive me if you're not into motorsport for a split second, because I'm not hugely into it, but I love Bathurst. I don't know why. It's just been since I was a kid. I absolutely love watching this great race. And the forecast is looking pretty cool. If you're like me and you like a good downpour in the afternoon or maybe a thunderstorm, that could be there, which makes the racing far more interesting. And so, yeah, it could be an interesting Sunday out there in Bathurst, New South Wales. Back to New Zealand, and the weather forecast is looking pretty settled. A couple of showers here and there, mostly on the western side, and you'll notice a very slight, very light nor'west flow that's starting to develop. It's not very strong. In fact, there's light winds mostly in the South Island. But as we go into the start of next week on Monday, the winds pick up. And they're subtropical for the North Island. They're coming out of, near New Caledonia and Norfolk Island. So your temperatures will be pretty mild, especially in the east. Western areas with the cloud and the showers, you're probably about average. And then you've got rain on the west coast, rain or showers for Southland and Otago. And like I say, every 48 hours, we're getting another cold surge. So that's one of them there. And then we go into Tuesday and things start to ease a little bit. It's still cool down here with the sou'westers and showers, but as the day progresses, by the end of Tuesday, the slightly milder westerlies will come back in down here. There's high pressure building south of Aussie. That's heading to the South Island. And there's a low up here, which is more likely going to be trapped by these highs stuck out in the Tasman. But it might drift down and bring a few showers here on Tuesday. But there is a fair bit of high pressure still in charge. And also worth pointing out, the air pressure there is just 10 hectopascals. But I've got to say, these lows that are popping up are showing some signs of La Nina. That's very different to the weather pattern we were in last year. So while we're talking a lot about it being dry at the moment in some northern areas, especially Auckland, the rainmakers are appearing this year, which they definitely weren't doing this time a year ago. Okay, that is all from me. I'll see you again on Friday with the latest as we head into the weekend.